Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington football team and the Dallas Cowboys. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. He finds an opening past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
That's a very nice game there, a confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Darren Lee.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the counter, this is Akers. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 3rd down, Campbell. And Robinson with a big catch.
Campbell's pass.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
A gain of 9 yards.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the off. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Campbell throwing on first down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington.
First down, Washington.
Now Campbell on 1st and 10. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. On the ground, it's Akers. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Cam Akers, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive.
The kick is good.
It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
Cowboys nothing.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He's tackled.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. A shotgun snap for Watson. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Cowboy, Byron Jones. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
45-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
On the pickup, it's 2nd and 8.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a run with Akers. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory.
The ball carrier.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
4. And it's 3rd down.
Back to throw. Campbell. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That third down conversion good for 23.
And the Washington first down.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 18-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Now 4th down.
And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
6-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
The tackle.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Gain of a yard.
Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Here we go on 4th down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes this Washington 14. Cowboys nothing. Rigoberto
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Cowboys nothing.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily,
I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
To throw is Campbell. Throwing to start the drive. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Jones. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
13 yards.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
41.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Campbell. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Yannick Ngakoue. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Washington on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know.
And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Noah Igbenogany. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
Matt Gay on for the.
So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy, that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
At their own 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Fresh off the pick 6, it's Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is taken in at the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like...
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Kareem Hunt, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown, we saw the payoff, but of course that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Campbell. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Dallas Goedert, of course, he'll do well in this stadium. He's got a first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 7 yards, the pickup there.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Cam Akers with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And Washington going to add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 20.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball,
and that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. And that is how you retaliate. After getting scored on one play, big pass downfield, and you hit the end zone.
Almost feels like 2 boxers just throwing haymakers at each other, doesn't it? One connects with a big one, the other comes right back. Okay, I'll show you. And they attacked right back on the first play of the drive and hit them big.
At their own 25-yard line.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Cam Akers.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Down at the 33-yard line.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Back to throw. Campbell. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
3rd and 9.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Campbell on 3rd down. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Akers. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. That's out to the left and complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
A 55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt.
38.
So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
A final shot before the break. Watson, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll start the 3rd quarter on the ground with Hunt. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Diggs on the tackle.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. at the 33-yard line.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Tony Jefferson.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
Mike 37, so don't say nothing. And we're going 37 is the Mike. Mike 37. Oh, here we go.
Out of the gun, Watson. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead. And he goes down, it's a sack. They get it back at his own 3-yard line. Max Crosby make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
2nd down.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And he is going to lose yardage here. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down.
But they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
On 1st down, it's Watson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former Cowboy, Byron Jones. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
3rd down.
Campbell now to throw on 3rd down. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the gun, Campbell. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Julio Jones.
Julio Jones.
Washington.
His 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Washington 45. Cowboys 13.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the former Cowboy, Byron Jones. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Brings up second and 12 at the 18-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12.
Get up. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there.
Finding room at the 30. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
And to Washington.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case, wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Now second and 11 from the 32. Open man is Ross, complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Ross.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Going deep downfield for Ross. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
At the 40.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for Washington. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
52. Cowboys 13.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
7.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is brought in at the 21. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Touchdown.
John Ross. His 11th touchdown of the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 1st and 10, Watson. And he'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Brings up 2nd and
to throw again on 2nd down. Watson and to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the 1st.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Well, Fletcher Cox, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and another sack to his ledger there.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. 16 yards, a 1st down.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get
they?
a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
A throw over the middle taken in. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Bust through the tackle. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Gosh, when you've gotten Deshaun Watson, Charles, executing a run-pass option, that puts the defense in a tough spot, does it not?
It does, and what I liked is that you called me this week.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now it's Hunt, and he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys claw one back. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
59. Cowboys 20. Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Washington will take over first down.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Give them the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll run on 1st down. Akers, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
He's brought down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back.
And it's 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Campbell. It's caught. Jones. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield.
9 yards.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And they take a knee.
Today's finals, Washington 59,